Ahmad Muhammad, what do you struggle with?
Building SellerPi, which
Okay.
is a kind of social fi wallet. And
Mm.
what I'm currently struggling with in pitching is time management, optimizing the pitch to fit in time frame.
Time management.
Yeah, for the pitch presentation.
Okay. So basically, you tend to say quite a lot instead of just keeping to time.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm building Fina.life and I struggle with translation, how to translate my ideas to for people to understand it's like first grasp.
Okay. So it's still a communication thing, like the value communication, right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay, fine. Don Vix, what are you building and what do you struggle with?
I'm building to IRP, so basically it's a payload disbursement system that automates payload in stable coins, and I struggle with actually pitching this idea to businesses.
Yeah, continue.
Okay, so I'm building Sneakpost. It's a platform for Web3 developers to document and share what they are building, their little wins, and also provide tools for developers to build in public. One of the things or the issues I face, especially during pitching, I think, is pitching my product to non-developers, since mostly the audience I'm targeting are developers. I think the last pitch I did was during the hackathon, and when I pitch it, since it's not, I don't communicate it well, they end up not understanding or even not seeing anything at all. So
Oh,
I'm trying to find ways to make it suitable
okay.
and understandable to the
Okay, fine.
users.
Okay, fine. That works. That works. Also, just for when you are pitching and there are other people around you and there is time, I know people that talk very slow have this problem. However, because you have a limited amount of time, you would have to speak up and you have to speak a bit faster, right? The thing is that with practice, you get better at this, right? But once you're drawing it out, it it's a challenge, right? You have to speak a little bit faster because one, you have to respect the time of others, the time of your investors, the time of your audience, right? And you actually have a limited amount of time to speak, right? So I noticed that Stephen, you do speak a little bit longer, so it's something we now have to kind of also work on, right? So speed of speech, right? Now these are some of the little things. The same way Daniel was also laughing, right? These are some of the little things that you do not know when the investor is making up their decisions, right? These are the tiny things they actually pull together to know if this person is somebody we can trust with our money, if they're going to show up and show out for us, if they're going to go and kill for us and get our returns, right? These are the tiny things that you'll never learn in a book until you've actually pitched, right? Um, I know Pisolite is still here, right? Pisolite, are you still here? Okay, but Alex
Yes,
is
yes.
okay. Okay, Alex actually missed that this thing. I'm looking for somebody who was here with the. Well, actually, nobody's here. When we had our session in South Africa, right? I think Pisolite. Okay, Pisolite, you're still here now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
you
was here.
remember when Atta was saying something about the way you present yourself when you pitch? You remember, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes.
So those things are very important. They're very key. They're very key, and it's something that people need to take into consideration. So we've taken everything. We've taken everything people struggle with. It feels that the most important thing to all of you is actually value storytelling, right? Value storytelling, but also having the right speech for the right audience, right? So thumbs up or thumbs down if that's correct. I think I can get multiple people here. Okay, fine, fine. So What that means is, um, this is where we're going to start, right? We're going to start with, normally I like my sessions being 1 hour, right? I don't want it more than 1 hour, right? So we've um, we've gotten a feel of the whole house. Um, the the sessions are going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? However, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, even on the 3 days, we would have, I and Ashley will have like an open calendar where people are going to, like, if you started working on your new pitch deck, right, about both on the audience you're trying to go after, right, but also storytelling, right? If there's anything you kind of feel, we can go through that on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then on Fridays, we would actually have like a pitch. So we'll practice pitch on Fridays, right? Then throughout the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is basically putting things into your pitch, right? Fixing some places. Now, this is how we're going to do this. The clinics are basically going to help you also understand your business. Also, make sure that you can raise money from your customers, from retail investors, from the likes of the Pump Funds, the Jupiter Studios, the Believes, right? As if you're doing like a stock IPO, basically, because that's literally where the ICM meta is going to come from. Some of you are actually building similar things, meaning that it's possible for some of you to also um, bundle yourselves as ETFs, as a group, and present yourself that way. Some of you are building things that are ancillary to one another, right? So it's possible that some of you can actually bulk up, but these are entirely all your decisions, right? The most important thing is that we are going to move everybody. Our target is by the end of this clinic, we are going to get everybody to a point where they can at least understand how to raise money from other people apart from investors, right? That's one. Two, we would literally have a token roadmap for everybody, right? Now, the reason for this is that it's the way for you to now be able to play in the ICM markets. So that is also very important, right? So we have to have that too. Um, then we would do an IRL in Abuja, right? After this, we intend to, we're going to give you more details about that, right? We're going to do like a proper demo day in Abuja, right? After we've gone through the clinic. So, showing up in the clinic, fixing your business, getting yourself to at least a TGE, whatever it is going to basically put you on the higher pedestal to be able to pitch on stage. We want to roll out the red carpet for that, right? So it's very important. All of you are going to be killers by the end of the distance. So it's important to me that all of you apply yourselves and you show up, right? Because the plan is by the time you finish, it will be my joy to at least have you people have your own tickers, right? No be crime, say Fosape get FOSSA, right? No be crime. And let's slow cook the whole product. Let's slow cook it, right? There are loads of challenges we're going to face, but the point is, this is you people growing from here to here. So you have to get to the point where you're not begging anybody at this point. Like, you're just shipping your inner revenue, and if anybody wants to invest in you, well, they can go to Believe, they can go to Jupe Studio, they can go to anywhere. That's their business. The point is that you're cooking and you can raise money from anywhere you want to raise money from, right? The challenge with that, however, is that real human beings that are not investors aren't going to give you, they're not going to give you money just for this meta is hot. They need a little bit more convincing, which is why the pitch clinic is very important, because you would learn how to speak to multiple audiences. You will learn how to convince your employees to work for equity and not leave you even when people are offering them money. You will learn how to talk to pitch to your customers where they can go out and fight for you. You will learn how to talk to the regulators so they will see you as the ones we can put in the pilot program, right? Even if it's banned, we can put you in a pilot program. You learn how to talk to your family and friends so that they can say, okay, fine, we can give them money. You understand? You learn how to talk to investors properly and what the FOMO for the investor is. The dream has to be big enough. The meta has to be big enough because the way VCs invest is 99% of my bag can fail, but anyone that wins should outperform everything else. So if you're going to give them a 50% gain year on year, they don't care about it per se. You're not very attractive to them. It's like they're playing like a loser's game. However, if you paint a narrative that makes them understand that you are going after a billion, 3 billion, $5 billion market, but you understand it to the point where you have proven with some of your product offerings that you can actually get this market, then they can bet on you, knowing fully well that if you were to be the one that wins, okay, you know what? Let me use like a simpler way to explain it, a way that all of us know. Investors are not going to bet on 2 odds or 5 odds or 10 odds. No, investors are going to bet on 300 odd, 1,200 odd, all those kind of odd way only madman go bet on them.